So we've got Opus 5 shortly after Fable 5. And the most interesting thing about this is that apparently Opus 5 beats Fable 5 on a lot of benchmarks. In fact, most of the benchmarks that you test to determine whether one model is better than the other, more agentic or smarter or whatever, Opus 5 is actually beating Fable on a lot of that stuff at half the price. So very interesting to see those results. And I'm going to show you how it works, or like basically we're going to test it out. But I have to say something about these benchmarks, right? Like, we had Fable 5, which was definitely like a step over Opus 4.8. You could tell the difference when you used it, right? But then, you got 5.6 Sol by GPT, and you've got now some of these really huge open source models as well. And we're getting to a point where that intelligence is just like I feel like it's gone past a level that is that we need for most of our day-to-day work. At least the work that I do, I run an AI consultancy. We work with a number of businesses. We're automating business processes. We're not like trying to invent new science here, right? And all of that stuff is like we can use Sonnet even for most cases, or GPT 5.5, right? Like the previous versions. So I have to say right now, I feel like we have gone to a point where, like, yeah, there will still be these intelligence jumps and gains in intelligence, and like the benchmarks, it keeps beating the benchmarks. But also, it's gone past a point where, do you really need that much intelligence? Now, that being said, like, I'm happy to keep using the latest and greatest models if the cost makes sense, right? And Fable 5, the cost didn't really make sense because, again, for most of my work, I found myself using 4.8 a lot more, Opus 4.8 a lot more because of the cost, right? Because there were like restrictions on how much I could use it and how much of my quota I ate up. So, if the intelligence is going up, I'm happy to keep using it as long as the costs are not like rising astronomically as well. Anyway, to the video today, Opus 5, again, like I said, these benchmarks and these test numbers, the numbers keep going up. It's hard to really say for like your day-to-day work. And so I think what's important now is to kind of decide which models to use, not just based on cost, but based on vibes, which sounds like very in the air, but I really do think like when you are using a model, it has to feel good to you. It has to, when it responds to you or it makes certain decisions, like if you're coding and it makes a certain architectural choice, or if you're creating content and it responds a certain way, like that has to feel good for you to use, right? So forget about the test numbers and the benchmarks. Just think about the vibes of like, do you like what's happening here? Do you like what the output looks like to you, right? And is it, because if so, it's a lot easier for you to work with these models and guide it in the direction you want to guide it. You're not fighting its nature, basically, right? So I'm gonna run Opus 5 through a test, the same test that I ran when I created my previous video on Fable 5. And I gave Fable 5 and Opus 4.8 one line, one sentence instruction to build a medieval city builder game. And I said, make it as immersive as possible. That was it, one prompt, and I'll just let it run. And they both ran for, I think Opus 4.8 ran for about 20 minutes and it came up with something. And then Fable 5 ran for almost an hour and came up with something else. They both came up with just HTML files with JavaScript and CSS. And I'm going to show you what they came up with. So this is Realm of Aldamor. This is Opus 4.8. Okay. So this is a starting page. You click on it and it looks kind of nice. Looks, interesting. There's a map here. You can sort of zoom in and scroll around. You see like a little sun going. There's the days, but then, when you use it, actually, you notice, okay, it's kind of basic. It's nice, but it's basic, right? And you've got your population and so on and so forth. And when I was testing it out, I noticed that maybe like I don't think the population actually grew for me. So I was, it made a mistake. Opus 4.8 built something, looks nice, it made a mistake. And if you go back and watch my video when I opened up this one, so I'm just gonna like mute the sound here. When I opened up Fable 5's response, I was astounded. I was like, wow, this is incredible. I froze, right? Because you can see like the difference is night and day. Fable 5 versus Opus 4.8 was a big step up. And you can see there's like a little human here. The actual like image, the things look better. It looks like stone and trees and people and cottages. There's a story happening over here. Again, you still have the speed, but the music is a little better too. The night and day as well. You can see that change, and you can see like population and food and so on. So that was amazing. I was blown away. I am going to give Opus 5 the same test. All right. So here I am back. Here I am in Claude Code in my terminal. And as you can see, I've got Opus 5 on, which has 1 million context. And I am going to give it the same prompt that I gave it previously to the other two and let that run. So this is going to obviously take some time. I'm timing it, and we will come back. I'm going to pause this, and we're going to come back. And when it's done, I'm going to show you what it's done. All right, we are back, and it is done building. I think it took about an hour, and I was sort of periodically checking, and I think it probably spent maybe half the time, maybe the first half hour building, and then an entire half hour actually just testing it a lot. So a couple of things I noticed at first. First of all, it is TypeScript. So remember what I said, 4.8 and Fable 5 built it in HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. That's it, very lightweight. And I think Opus 5 seems a bit more like enthusiastic and has just gone ahead and built an entire TypeScript app. Now, I haven't seen what it looks like, so it's yet to be seen whether this was a better architectural choice, but there's a clear difference in architectural choice as well from the same prompt. And the second thing is the detail here. Like, again, I haven't seen it, but it looks like there's a full-on detailed world simulation of like production chains, and then it's actually simulating the agents, like villagers and ox carts and soldiers are like being simulated with pathfinding. Very impressive from what I'm reading here. I also noticed that when it was testing, it actually did a really good job testing. I don't think Opus 4.8 did as much testing, or barely any at all. Fable 5 did some, I believe. I need to look back, but Opus 5 actually simulated the entire game and then realized that at some point the population was sort of capping off. And so for various other factors, it will always reach that point. So it had to change some of the balancing of the game, which then triggered, it ran another test, and that was triggering a lot more famines because the population was growing too fast. And so it has to do a few rebalances. And then finally it like figured out the perfect combination, and then it's like, it's done. Okay, this is it. It's ready to go. So we're gonna see the moment of truth here, and we're gonna run this here on my local dev environment, and yeah, I'm going to show you. All right, so we've got this up running, and as a reminder, this was Opus 4.8. This was Fable 5. So you saw the two games, and there was obviously a big jump from Fable 5 to Opus 4.8. I'm going to open up Fable 5 just so you can see here. And then we're going to open up Opus 5 for the first time together. All right, drum roll. This is Ashvale, A Chronicle of Stone and Season from Opus 5, Found the Town. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm flipping back because I wanted to. Oh, it's gotten a little dark. What's going on here? So, it's night. It's the dead of night. So you can see here. I think there was a day-night cycle here as well. I don't recall. I don't know if it was getting but this is getting like really nice and dark, and then now with dawn, it's coming back up again. Oh my God! Wow, this is incredible. So there's still a lot of the same elements as you can see here, like all of the. So this has got food, timber, stone, gold, and then people and stuff like that. Ashvale by Opus 5 has way more. So they've got like more resources here, and you've got like all of these little things about the people: contentment, market reach, faith, health. So there's religion even in here. There's people and who's at work and who's not at work, and there's like the story as well. Okay, so let's start playing with this. Let's see if this works. So we need a little hovel over here. I'm gonna put that over there. Let's like zoom in. a bit more. Wow, look at those people walking around. Oh, and the house takes a while to build as well, so it's like slowly coming up. Let's get a couple more houses in there. And of course, my house is using timber, so I probably need a way to get timber. So there's like dirt roads, housing, provenders. So this is food. So all of these are just like food and food storage, and craft, I believe. Okay, this would probably be what we need. Let's get a wood counters camp going here. Putting in the forest. Okay, it's slowly building up. And it says here 2 hands, so I'm assuming it's going to start to use people. Let's get stone going as well. Stone quarry over here. Oh, must be near an iron vein. Okay, so it actually detects where the resources are, and is there an iron vein somewhere? Is it? I can't tell if there's where the iron vein is. All right, so that's a little disappointing there. That there is no very clear. There's a help screen, I believe. So. Okay. Well, okay, so it's raining now. As you can see, it's dark. It's raining. Nice. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this, but woodcut scamp going well. And then I can put some maybe grain fields as well. Just place them here. And then we'll get some pathways as well and have people walk them. So very cool that you can sort of just like do all of these paths. As you can see, like it slowly builds up over time. And now, yeah, we've got people at work. We've got people, the number of beds are going, the number of people are growing. And then we've got 21 days of food. Our food stores are going down, but we've built a couple of farms. Our timber is going up. The stone is still stuck there. So I'm going to try and figure that out. Opus 5 made a mistake. But as you can see very clearly, I think this is still much better than Fable 5. There is a very clear difference. And that's kind of what I like about this kind of test is it's easy to see when there's like multiple systems or, like there's a lot you can do with this, especially with the creative aspects. And Opus 5 has really taken some creative liberties to go and build a much more immersive game than what Fable 5 did. So, yeah, I am... I love it. I like it. It's just like I'm getting the goosebumps almost. It's just so good. And again, like half the cost of Fable 5. I probably won't notice it. You probably won't notice a lot of the difference in your day-to-day work when you feel like asking you to read an email or something like that. But I'm excited to have this be my daily driver. And if you're building stuff, if you're an engineer or something, this is going to be clearly a lot more valuable to you than Opus 4.8. And I believe more valuable than Fable 5 because it is it seems to have done this specific test a lot better than Fable 5 and apparently at half the price. At the very least, it isn't eating up my quota in the same way that Fable 5 is, or that's from what Anthropic has said in their marketing communications. So super excited to have Opus 5 be my new daily driver. I do believe I saw someone on OpenAI say that they're going to release something tomorrow. So I don't know if GPT-6 is going to come out and then change everything again. And it's just like too many models at the same time, and they're all amazing and excellent. But as far as I know, like I said earlier, the vibes is all about the vibes these days. And boy, are the vibes good with this one. So awesome work on Opus 5, the folks at Anthropic. And if you're watching this, if you like what you see, if you want to play this game, let me know. But if you should just go and build it yourself. Ask Opus 5 to build your own thing, or whatever, your game, app, what have you. And if you like this video, let me know below so I can make more like this. Thank you so much.